What's going on, everybody? Just want to make sure before I start talking loud, everybody can hear me well. I don't really know what to make this live stream about, to be honest. I've just been working on videos all day and editing and stuff, so I figured I'd just take a break, catch up with some folks on here. I haven't done a live stream in a few weeks, so just want to connect directly with my audience and people that watch me and hear about what you guys want to see. Hey, how's it going? From Australia. Cool to see everybody here. I have a question when drawing. Do you start with a 2H or which pencil? It doesn't really matter, honestly. I start with an HB sometimes. Sometimes I start with a 2B. It's all about, an HB is a good starting pencil. HB or a B. It's kind of right in the middle of the spectrum. I did a drawing today of a portrait, and I only used an HB and a 4B, and that was it. So it's all just personal preference. For the most part, it just depends on what you want your drawings to look like and stuff like that. But yeah, 2H, I mean, I guess that's fine. I mean, that's pretty close to an HB, I think, right? Yeah, 8H is like really hard, and then it just moves up to 2H, HB, or 2HF, HB, B, I think. And then you just move up 2B, 3B, 4B, 5B, all the way to like 9B, something like that. Oh. General info on composition. Yeah, I'm actually, I'm planning some video series actually, because I have a lot of ideas, and composition is one of them. I want to have a whole video series, like a playlist, covering composition. that's one of my things. I just haven't gotten around to planning out the entire thing yet. But I've been making like bullet points and stuff. You know, I want to redo the drawing series that's like my most popular video series. I want to redo that because I can make it way better than what it is now and more focused. Just starting from the materials, basic things, shading, and just going all the way up to intermediate, maybe some more advanced stuff. I want to do color theory again because I've learned so much more about color theory and stuff. So doing a whole video series on color theory. I have a whole list of stuff. I don't even know. Let me see. But yeah, I mean, just stuff like that. I have. I think making whole playlists and stuff like that would be cool. But yeah, composition is that's a tough one to cover though, because there's just so much info on it. When painting with your pochade box, do you look over it or around it? I usually have it like, let's say what I want to paint is right in front of me. I'll have my pochade box off to the side a bit, so I kind of just look to the side. I don't look over it. Hope that helps. Because I paint standing up, so I try to have my pochade box almost eye level, maybe a little bit lower. Yeah, I usually just glance to the side. I don't really look over it, I don't think. Have you ever used a proportional divider? Yes, I have. I have once. I don't use it that often. I don't actually have I don't even have a proportional divider. I kind of made my own once when I was doing a painting, and it worked out really well. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with using it. I think it's a good tool. I need to get one just to have one, because I think it can be really useful. I actually used like 2 rulers one time. I was holding them up and using it, uh, which you can imagine is pretty difficult. But the painting turned out great. It was of an object, still life object that I had across the room, and I was using it, and it came out life size. My painting came out life size. So definitely a useful tool. Definitely works. Looking forward to the videos. Yes, yes, because this year I'm hitting YouTube hard. I'm hitting YouTube hard. I'm hitting my Patreon hard. I'm doing videos every other day. That's my goal. I'm sure there's gonna be times where I'm gone for a week. I won't be able to make something, but I'm setting a goal. I'm doing videos every day. I'm uploading them every other day. I'm hitting YouTube hard this year after a long break of 6 months off or something like that. I took like the last 6 months off. So I'm coming back hard. That's for sure. Yeah, I think my stream health is very not good right now. Sorry about that, folks. When you don't know when you don't know how to measure distances and facial proportions, it's helpful for a beginner. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's definitely a useful tool for sure. Yeah, it's definitely useful. Kenny Loggins. I'm not sure who that is. I wish I understood your reference, but I don't. Let's see, what can I talk about? What's been going on lately? I've been doing a lot more drawing videos. I got a lot of Here, I'll show you guys because I haven't shown this today. Let me find it real quick. Oh, give me a second. Sorry. Oh, Footloose. I've heard of that. My girlfriend would know that reference, but I'm sorry I don't. That's unfortunate. The Story Viewer, thank you for your comment. That's very nice, very generous. I appreciate it. And hopefully I can keep the interesting content and just educational videos coming. That's my goal, is to help other people out there. And yeah, have some fun with it. That's the big thing. What are some tips? Oh man, the comments are going up now. What are some tips for beginner drawers, better known as artists, beginner sketchers? Tips: draw every day. That's the #1 tip. Draw every day. Because here's the secret of how to get good at anything. You have to do it every day. I mean, you want to get good at lifting weights? You lift weights almost every day, every other day. So if you want to get good at drawing, draw every day, practice every day. That's appreciate all the comments about my drawing videos and such. Glad they're helpful. They're a few years old, but I'm working on making some better ones. I have a whole better setup in front of me now. I have the camera on a tripod, aiming straight down at the table. I got a way better setup. So I got some better videos coming. Sorry, Miss McClure. He's a singer. Oh well, yeah. I don't know. I just, yeah. That's sad, I guess. I'm just sad. Any tips for learning to draw from your imagination? Tips to draw from your imagination. This is going to be a weird answer, or an answer you may not like, but to draw from your imagination, you have to draw from life more. It totally sounds not intuitive. Like, what do you mean? I'm trying to draw from my imagination. Why do I want to draw from life? Well, say you want to draw a dragon or something from your imagination. You still have to know the basics of life, like the structure of life. Like you have to know how like an animal is structured and how form and stuff. It's still, even though it's from your imagination, it's still reality. You know what I mean? Like the dragon still has scales and form and arms and, you know, claws and fingers and stuff. Like you kind of have to know how to draw well to be able to draw from your imagination. That's the tough thing. Drawing from imagination is really tough. There's actually books on that. Just go on Amazon and type in "draw from imagination," and I bet you'll have a lot of books popping up. I keep starting paintings and then wiping them away. Can't seem to get motivated or stay focused. Have you ever experienced this? Yeah. I mean, in the last year, I almost quit painting altogether. I actually did for like 2 months. I said, you know what, I'm not even gonna, I don't even want to paint anymore. I'm done with painting. And I just quit. I got really depressed and sad about it, and I just quit. But let me address your question. You keep starting paintings and wiping them away. So why are you doing that? Are you just not feeling what you're doing? It just isn't looking right, isn't coming out right? Can't seem to get motivated or stay focused. So that seems to have nothing to do with painting. That's totally getting focused and staying motivated. So you have to want to do what you're doing. It sounds like you don't want to be painting, or you're not interested in what you're painting. I'm just guessing. I'm not 100% sure. I can't say. But I know if I'm not interested in something, my focus just doesn't even go to it. and it's hard for me to be motivated to do it. It's like waking up and taking a run every morning. I'm not focused on that. I want to be. I do want to start running and doing stuff like that and getting more into shape and exercising instead of sitting in front of this computer all day. But I'm not motivated to do it right now, and I'm not focused on doing it. So if I started trying to do it, I'd probably quit the next day and be like, I'm done with running. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you have to find what you like to paint. Find something you enjoy that you really love. What do you really love? Is it cars? Is it women? Is it trees? Is it nature? Is it landscapes, still lifes, portraits? What is it you really like? Figure that out, and then you'll be motivated to do it. You know what I mean? You got to get hyped up. You got to get psyched to want to do it. If you want to be a painter, then you're going to paint every day, and even if it's a crappy painting, just leave it alone. Don't even wipe it down. Start painting on small canvases. It's $1. If it's a crappy painting, you wasted $1. Big deal. Start over. Do another one. Sometimes you have to just work through those crappy paintings just to get a good one. I know how that is. It can take a lot of time sometimes to be motivated. Value, grayscale. How do you see it in color? Any tips? Practice. Practice. It's all relationships. That's all it is. It's all relationships. Practicing mixing colors. That's what's going to do it. Practicing value. How to see it in color. So you mean how to draw in black and white from life. So if I'm looking at like a lemon, how do I draw that in black and white? That takes practice, and it takes, try to draw it, see how well you can do it, then take a photo of it on your phone or something, and if you can, turn it in black and white. See how close you got. Sometimes you have to see it in black and white first, and then that's the thing. You have to see it in black and white and draw it from black and white first, because if you can't copy it from black and white, it's going to be really hard copying it from color. You know what I mean? That's my tip. Hope that helps. A lot of questions here. I'm trying to keep up with them. Sorry, guys. I'm having a lot of trouble finding my art style. Any tips? Just keep painting. Just keep doing art. Just keep doing it. Find something you really love to paint. For me, it's trees and forests, as you can see behind me. There's a tree there. Tree there. Trees there. My cat is right there. But find something you really love and just keep painting it over and over, different scenes, different things. And just do as much art as you can. Your style will just come out. You'll start to notice like you keep using the same type of colors over and over, the same type of brush strokes. You draw certain things a certain way. Then you can start exaggerating that. Okay, I know I like using this teal blue a lot, so I'm going to start using that in all my paintings. Or I start using orange with it, so now I'm using teal and orange, and then that becomes your thing. It's kind of a thing like that. Do you use color pencils ever? I am starting to. I'm getting into it. Give me a second. Oh. Where are they? Here they are. Check out these color pencils. My girlfriend has this little drawing kit that she's letting me kind of use some of the materials, because she has like random stuff that I don't have that I would never use. But she has these cool color pencils. They're actually pretty big. I like the size of them. But they're called Lyra Skin Tone. There's like 12 of them. And they're all just a different skin tone. But I was like, man, these would be cool to start sketching in. So I'm slowly moving my sketching toward like using colors and stuff. These would be great for sketches with trees and stuff that I like doing. So using like this brown. So I'm slowly working my way to like using color pencils and getting into more color. What I want to try to start using are pastels. I think pastels would be kind of a logical step for me, because I'm already an oil painter. I'm already a painter. So I want to try using pastels because that's like, it's like painting without the liquid. So it'd be cool to try. Uh, Love the tree pics behind you. Are those yours? They're very nice. Yes, they're mine. I painted them and framed them myself. Thank you very much. I appreciate your comment. Cheers. Thanks. That's what I was thinking and have been practicing. I'll check out Amazon. Yeah, definitely. You know, just check out some books. Try to read some of the reviews. Just try to find the best book. You know, kind of a cheap book. You don't want to spend like more than like $30 on a book or something. But most books have a wealth of information. I have a lot of painting books and stuff that I've read through, and it just really helps you. You gain a ton of knowledge, and the more you just keep going back and looking into them, you'll just remember this knowledge like I do, and then you apply it to your work, and then you can kind of tweak and go, oh wow, so that's what that means. This is how you use that, and that relates to this. Everything just starts falling in line. And I think for me, it's helped me make kind of quantum leaps in my art. Anytime I draw something that's not good, I can still see something that is better. Love your charcoal landscape drawing. Thanks, I appreciate it. I have so many more drawings that I haven't even edited the videos because I just don't even have the time. I have like 15 other videos that I haven't even edited yet. And oh, I was gonna show you guys this sketchbook. Here's two portraits I did. I did one yesterday and one today, and I filmed a video for one of them. So check it out. I'm trying not to get glare on them. There we go. So these are just graphite. I used HB and a 4B for these, and I just split the sketchbook down. I did a video for this one today, and I did this one yesterday, and I should have been filming this one, but I was like, let me see if I can do this portrait, and it came out great, and I was like, damn it, I should have filmed that, or at least taken photos and had work in progress photos. I had nothing. So yeah, I did another video today of that one. Anyway, yeah, so I have a lot more like drawing videos of charcoal and stuff. Just need to upload them. I have the lesson. I'm gonna put all the lesson videos on my Patreon, so people that just want to pay, you know, $5 or whatever, boom, you can see them. I know I'm gonna sell out, whatever. I don't care. Oh, let me get back to the comments here. How did you feel the first time someone paid for one of your paintings? Actually, it's a great feeling, man. It's definitely a great feeling. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of it's a great feeling, but you kind of feel sad at the same time because you get really attached to your creations. You're like, man, I really love this painting, but you're like, oh, $100, okay, you can have it, enjoy it. Hope you enjoy it. Take care of it. So it's great. It's a really great feeling. Oh, here we go. This is a great question. This is a great question. I'm having a hard time transitioning from acrylics to oils. Do you really prefer oils? I got so used to painting with acrylic and dipping into water, so hard to switch. I know exactly what you mean. I used acrylics for years, and I really resisted trying oils because I knew I would probably like them, but I didn't want to deal with like the paint thinner and all that stuff. It was so much easier, excuse me, to use water, like you were saying. So what I did, because I love using oils now, this is how I transitioned. I started using water mixable oils. So it's just like acrylic, except the paint stays workable longer. The paint stays wetter longer. What am I trying to say? Yeah, the paint stays wetter longer. It's just exactly like acrylics. You use water as the thinner, you clean your brush with water, and you can, you know, boom, that's it. But then I slowly got away from that and just started using regular oils, just bought some paint thinner, wasn't that big a deal. So yeah, water mixable oils, look those up. You can order them online. Try those out. It's the same thing as acrylics. The only like downside I think is like it can be bad pouring that dirty water down the drain, so you don't really want to do that. You know, it's stuff to look into and read up on, but check out water mixable oils. I'm actually planning on becoming a concept artist. I've learned a lot about it. That's really great. But the main thing to truly become a concept artist is to just have a good amount of imagination. Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. I wanted to become a concept artist years ago, right when I got out of college. This is probably, when did I get out of college? I got out of college 2013, but before that, my first college, my community college, was 2011. I wanted to be an illustrator. And I thought about doing like fantasy stuff or illustrating old stories or illustrating stories, any kind of illustration. This was before I even got into painting. I was doing watercolors. That was the first paint I ever used really, was watercolor. And I wanted to be an illustrator, and concept art, I was really into concept art and stuff. But yeah, your imagination, you got to have a good imagination, but you also have to understand light and be able to paint from life. Painting from life is huge. Like if you really look into concept artists, they're excellent artists. They can paint from life probably no problem. That's the thing. You have to really study every avenue of art, painting from life, painting landscapes, and depending on what kind of concept art you go into, if it's like you could do landscapes, setting the scenes for things. You could do costumes, portraits, all kinds of things. So that's just, it gets really crazy. Nice beard. I'm just drawing you as you speak. Hey, sweet. I'll try to stay in like one spot for you. Look, that's a great. That's one of the best comments I've seen. Gesture drawing me as I'm speaking. That's a brilliant idea. Because you're actually drawing somewhat from life. I'm moving around like a person would be, and you're gesture drawing me. I never even thought of that. That's a brilliant idea. What's the best color recipe you have for a Caucasian skin tone? Brilliant question. Titanium white and transparent red iron oxide, or transparent red earth from gambling. Maybe a hint of yellow in there, but you might not even need it. So transparent red oxide and white. Boom, that'll get you exactly what you need. How much time do you devote to painting/drawing in a week? That's tough. It really depends on the week since I have a job. At least I try to do at least an hour a day of either painting or drawing. I haven't done, actually, to be honest with you, I haven't painted in a few weeks now. It's kind of driving me nuts. But I've just had a lot going on, planning my YouTube and doing these videos and stuff. I don't really want my videos and stuff to get in the way of painting. I am going to start painting again, but I've just had a lot going on with work, getting back into drawing. I'm trying to hit drawing really hard because it's something that I barely did at all last year. So I'm trying to get back into that, and I know that me drawing more is going to benefit my painting. And I know I can jump back into painting like no problem. I'll probably do like one or two crappy small paintings, and then I'll be right back up to speed again. So yeah, kind of an hour a day if I can. If I may miss a day here or there, but I try to do as much as I can, honestly. Like this morning I did that sketch, took me about an hour, maybe a little longer than an hour, something like that. So the answer would be like as much time as you possibly can, honestly. My goal is to just do it all day long. You know, if I didn't have a job and stuff, and this was able, if I was able to do this as a job, which I'm working as hard as I can toward doing, I would just do it all day long, man. I would just make tons of videos for you guys and just do it all day long. I'd go out and do plein air paintings every day. I'd do a plein air painting every day if I could. I don't care what the weather's like, if it's raining out, whatever. I'd just go in my car, do a plein air painting. I would go outside and paint every day I could. Yeah, the mid-tone paper, this tone paper, I love this stuff. I had no idea I loved it, but I love it. Toned tan. You can get toned gray too. They have toned gray. It's kind of expensive. This is only 50 sheets, and I think it was like 10 bucks or 12 bucks. But you use the front and the back, so it's really 100 sheets. It's just a sketchbook. You use the front and the back. Use every surface you can of your sketchbooks. Yeah, I love that toned paper. You are not a sellout, make money. Exactly. I've helped so many people, you know what I mean? They say that about jazz artists too. I'm a jazz musician, so I understand. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. You got to go practice, preparing for a concert. Nice talking to you, Miss McClure. Hope to see you again. Thank you for stopping by. Love chatting with you. It's very hard for me to not destroy my work. I always find fault with it. Has this ever happened to you? Absolutely. There's fault. I could find fault. You know those portraits I just showed you? I could find fault with those if I wanted to. You guys want to see some bad? I did these a few weeks ago. Some bad gestures. Figures. Yeah, I need to practice. These were like 1 minute gestures. Really bad. I used to be pretty darn good at those a few years back. Because I was doing these figure gestures like all day, every day, like 1 minute gestures, 3 minute gestures, and I would just sit there and draw them, and I got so good at it. But see, when I take my time and slow down, I can do some good things. But yeah, the figures and stuff, that's something I'm working on, getting back into and stuff. But anyway, it's very hard for me not to destroy my work. I always find fault with it. Has this ever happened to you? Yeah, but you know, the thing you have to do is fix it if you can, if it's fixable. You know, what fault are you finding with it? If you're finding something's like drawn is like off, or like the color's off, I mean, try fixing it as best you can. If you know that something's wrong with it, the first step is determine what's wrong with it. So like, if you're doing a painting, is it the value? Is it the color, which go hand in hand, value and color? Is it the edges? Is it the drawing, composition? Those are the main 5 things that you want to look out for when critiquing your work. And if it's just drawing, look at the value, look at the edges, and look at the drawing. Composition, color is not going to be an issue. Your water mix oils sound like the slow drying open acrylic paints. Great taking part in your first chat. Thanks for all the tips. Until next time. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, the water mixable oils, they're very similar to the slow drying open acrylics. The difference is the oils, to me, so much smoother. The oil paint feels so much better. The acrylics is like, oh, it's like the worst texture you can imagine to me. Like it just doesn't glide on the canvas. It's like sticky and like a whole bunch of paint barely goes anywhere. But with oil paint, man, that stuff goes on and you can spread it for a while. It's a completely different texture. I used to draw as a kid and was good. My drawing is awful now, but I'm getting back into it. I love trees too. I'm amazed at how much drawing helps with depression. Why do you have depression, man? That's not good. You got to find life is amazing. You shouldn't be depressed about anything. You know, unless you have a crappy job or something, I can understand that. I've been there. Um, but life is a gift. Every day is a blessing. It's a gift. You should wake up going, yes, what am I going to do today? What can I accomplish? Thank you for this day. Thank you. That's what you should say every day. But anyway, sorry to hear about your depression. That's not good. But yeah, drawing is helpful for that because it allows you to focus. You focus on one thing. You forget about everything else. You live in the moment. That's the beauty of drawing and of art. You live in the moment, and yeah, you love trees. Get out in nature. Go walk around. Get outside. Breathe the fresh air. Get the sunlight. Eat some good food. Eat some fruit and stuff. You know what I mean? I made some fresh. It doesn't look that fresh, but I made some fresh juice today. This stuff is life, pure life. It's living. It's alive. So anyway, that's just kind of my philosophy on life. That's kind of how I. But thank you for the comment. Yeah. Hey Brandon, love your videos. I appreciate what you do. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the comment. And hopefully I can keep these videos coming and just keep them interesting. Keep them interesting. Like I said, if you guys ever have any suggestions, post them in the comments. Send me an email. Tell me something. I'm always open to answering questions, creating a video about something. So anyway. People ask me for a painting, and I think it's too amateurish. Yeah, that's tough. I know what you mean. I've been there. I can say that I've been there. You know, I don't know if I would worry about it too much. Just do your best, and if people love it, let them love it, man. You know what I mean? Just let them enjoy it. I mean, you may not enjoy it, and that's okay. But if somebody else enjoy it, hey, let them enjoy it. Offer to sell it to them. If they want to buy it, buy it. So, have you ever done color charts? Yes, I have. I could show you some if I actually knew where they were. I recently organized all my stuff, which means I forgot where everything is now because it all has a new place. But yeah, I have done color charts. For me, I found it to be somewhat helpful, but the way that my brain works, like with painting, is I keep it so simple that I don't even need a color chart because I use red, yellow, blue, white, and a brown. Very rarely I'll add in like maybe Viridian, which is like this strong kind of green. What other colors would I add in? Maybe cobalt blue or something, a different kind of blue. But for the most part, red, yellow, blue, man, and a brown, you can't go wrong with it. Color mixing is so simple. I try not to complicate it. Because I know Richard Schmid is one person. He uses like 12 different colors, and he can mix colors using only 2 colors, you know, all this stuff. And it's like, I don't even want to have to remember all that. I just know red, yellow, and blue gets me where I want to go most of the time. And I like painting more like grayed down most of the time. I mean, I can paint strong colors, don't get me wrong, but a lot of what I paint is like browns and grays and very subtle type of thing. So, here's a great question. Any advice on going from drawing to painting? That's what I did a few years ago. I started drawing when I was 5, and I drew all the way up until I was about 20. and then I started painting. You know, advice going from painting to drawing, that's a really good one that I've never really thought of, so it's going to take me a minute. You know, it's going to take what's the most difficult part of painting for most people, I think, is the color, obviously. And if you can master the color mixing, like I was just saying, keep it simple, red, yellow, blue, white, maybe a brown if you need it, or a gray, you're going to be golden, you know what I mean? You can get more complicated and try out other colors and have fun with it. But in the beginning, keeping it simple is going to be the biggest help you can imagine. Let's see, what else? Yeah, the color. And work through the technical aspects. Learn how to blend color. Learn how to create soft edges and hard edges. Learn about all the different technical aspects of the paint. And once you figure out all those, then you just worry about putting the paint color, the right color in the right place. That's all you have to worry about for the most part. But a lot of people get hung up on those technical aspects, like they don't know how to blend color, or they don't know what's going to happen if you do this compared to this, and you just have to get over all those things and just work through it, paint very simple things, paint oranges sitting on a table lit up by a lamp, still life stuff, really simple. I did tons of different still lifes, painting from life, and when I started painting still lifes from life, that's when my paintings went from like down here to up here in my mind. And just looking at my work, it just, boom, painting from life. In a controlled environment, like a still life, you can control the light, you can control the objects, make it as difficult as you want or as simple as you want. Your painting ability is going to go up, no doubt. Do a still life every day for 2 months. That's what I did, literally. I painted a small painting like this big, 6x8, 5x7s, 8x10s, stuff like that. One a day for 2 months, from life, different, strawberries, bananas, oranges, apples, all kinds of stuff. Cups, mugs, silver, metal, all that stuff. And do that for like 2 months. Do it for a year if you can. And your work will just keep increasing. But yeah, that's probably, that's all I can think of, I guess. Oh man, I got so many more comments now. I hope that helped. Advice on going from drawing to painting. Hope that helped you. Thank you for being so open. Putting yourself out there has inspired me to paint more and I try all different kinds of medium. I just wanted mixed media. So I just wanted to say thanks for being there. Hey, no problem, Chelsea. Thank you. I appreciate all your comments, and it's good to hear from you again. Thanks for joining me this evening. I know my live streams are always random. So, thank you. Do you use a warm and cool red? No, I don't. I use alizarin permanent. I used to use cadmium red light and cadmium red medium. I've switched to using alizarin crimson or alizarin permanent, and that's all you need. If you want a warm red, you add a little touch of yellow into it. You want a cool red, you add a little bit of blue into it. Boom, you solve the problem. Color is all relative. Warms and cools are all relative. So if I take alizarin crimson by itself, and then I take alizarin crimson mixed with a tiny bit of blue, I have a warm and a cool red. So it's all crazy. It's all relative. Everything is relative. Hi Brandon, I caught your live stream. Nice to be here with you. Thank you for joining me. For your information, for color mixing charts, Tim Gagnon has a YouTube site with lots of tips and tricks. He teaches the color mixing. He is easy to understand. Yeah, he's a great painter. One that influenced me to begin acrylic painting and to begin painting altogether. Great dude. But I will say I have some videos on color mixing that are super simple. Red, yellow, blue, mix the primaries, you have the primaries, mix the secondaries. From there you mix tertiaries. From there you mix grays, browns, boom, simple. Keep it simple. That's all it's about. It's very, very, very simple. Hey Brandon, I love your videos and your honest advice. I've always wanted to draw better but lack the motivation to stick with it. Do you have any advice to stay motivated? That's one of the biggest questions I get. And honestly, I have a video series that I'm planning on making that's going to be about motivation, organization, productivity, how to stay productive, how to stay motivated, all the tools that I use on my computer to help me organize my tasks, my management, my time. Staying motivated, that's tough. You have to want to do what you're doing. I talked about this earlier in the live stream. You have to want to do what you're doing. And you have to get hyped about it. You have to be excited. Wake up every morning and tackle it. You know what I mean? Jump out of bed and frickin' do it, man. All you have is right now. All you have is today. This is it. There may not be a tomorrow. Frickin' asteroid may come down and just blow everything. I mean, it's probably not going to happen, but it could happen. All we have is right now. But okay, that was kind of crazy, but it's true. But staying motivated, that's like, I've gotten to the point where you can't be worried about motivation. You have to do it. Even if you don't want to do it, you do it. That's what it comes down to. And that's the very tough part, is you have to build a habit over days. So that's what I was talking about. You have to have a to-do list. You have to update it every night and every morning. Make sure you got all your tasks laid out for the day. And you prioritize it, and you do the tasks that you need to get done today that are high priority. You do them, and then over a month, you do that for a month every day, you'll build a habit. It's that simple. So I hope that helped in some way. You and your videos make me so happy. I'm in art school right now, and it's pretty intense in terms of how competitive everyone is. Have you ever dealt with other artists with egos? Any tips? You know what? I don't know. That's tough. I know it's very competitive. I went to school with graphic design. I will say my school that I went to, we weren't very competitive. We were more like a family. We always helped each other out. So the whole ego thing, ignore it. Ignore them. If they're gonna have like a big ego, ignore them and try to be helpful to people. You know, if you have more knowledge and you see someone that needs some help, just go and suggest, hey, maybe you should like try this with your artwork, or like use this kind of lighting effect right there. I think that would look really cool. You know, try to build people up, because then they're going to want to help you. You know, it's all about helping each other. It's not really about being competitive. They say the art world is really competitive, but competition, it's not even, nowadays with the internet and all this stuff, competition doesn't even really, this is going to be crazy for me to say, but competition doesn't even really exist. You know what I mean? It does, of course it does. It exists, but all you have to do is create. You know, I could sit here and be worried about all the other drawing videos on YouTube and go, you know what? There's so many drawing videos out there that why should I make any? What's the point? But nobody has ever made drawing videos the way that I think, the way that I want to do them. That's the difference. You just have to create. Don't worry about the ego stuff. Don't worry about competition. Just create, do your thing, be yourself, be you, because there's no one else like you. And I think that is important. I mean, that's how I became that's how I got as many subscribers as I do on YouTube, because I just was myself. I did my own thing. I said, screw what everybody else is doing. I don't even care what's out there on YouTube. I'm just going to do my videos. Okay, I got so many comments here. Sorry, guys. So I know you have crossed over to oil now. Do you like oil now only? You're a great artist for both. Yeah, to be honest, acrylics, after I tried going back to acrylics, and I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I did not like the texture and just the way the paint, acrylic paint, I just can't do it anymore. I don't know how I did it all these years. I feel for me personally, acrylics are used in a much drier fashion, like dry brushing. It's easier to like scrub them in like that. In oils, I use like more of an impasto, like thicker. Um, I don't know. I really like oils better. It's just so much smoother. I need to go. You're a very talented young man. I learn more from you than my art professor. Thank you for your tips. I live in the Sierra Nevada mountains, so I will be getting out to draw the trees. Dude, that is epic. I want to come out there. You should invite me out there. No, anyway, thank you so much for commenting. I appreciate your comments. And yeah, get out there and draw the trees, man. Sierra Nevada mountains, that's epic. That's awesome. Um, yeah, we should. So you live in California? That's crazy. We should do some plein air painting. I'm always looking for people in California to do some plein air painting with, because where I'm around, there's like nobody, man. I'm the only person out here. It's depressing. Can you do more pencil drawing tutorials? Yeah, I'm working on them every day. Um, yeah, I'm definitely working on them, and just stay tuned. Stay tuned in the next month. Um, they're coming. They're definitely coming. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and good advice with us. Love to see your paintings. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Doing my best. Doing my best for you guys. Awesome video. Thanks. We'll watch the rest later. Yeah, definitely. No problem. I'm going to try to end this soon because I don't want to make a long, super long video. It's almost been an hour already, so maybe in about 10 minutes I'm going to jump off here. Do you sign your paintings? Yes, I do. I'm afraid to sign them and mess them up since I don't like my handwriting with a paintbrush. Would it be wrong to sign with a metallic ink pen? It depends on what kind of paintings you're doing. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with anything. You're the artist, you can do whatever you want. But if it's like an oil painting on canvas, you know what you do? You get a small canvas panel, and you just practice your signature over and over and over with the brush until you get it the way you like it. My signature has kind of evolved over the years. I used to do B period Schaefer, and then on the smaller paintings, I started just doing my initials, BAS. And then with larger paintings, now I do my last name. I just do Schaefer. So that's kind of how my signature has evolved. You is cool. Thank you. So is you. Do you ever doubt art being your profession in life instead of a hobby, or is it just a hobby to you? That's depressing to think about. No, I definitely, right now it's a hobby because I'm not making a living from it. I'm not buying my groceries with it or paying my rent with it. But down the road, eventually, it's going to be my profession, no doubt, whether I'm teaching it or selling paintings, selling drawings, doing whatever. You know, I think naturally I'm a great teacher, so that's why I do these YouTube videos, and people ask for videos and stuff, so I just naturally do it. And I think I can make a living from that. And at the same time, I get to do my art as well. So it's kind of like I'm helping you guys while I still get to do my art, and I'm sharing, my techniques and kind of all my knowledge and stuff with you guys. So it's kind of a win-win, I would think. And now with my Patreon, I mean, you can learn from me for anywhere from $1 to $5 a month. It's not that expensive. I mean, if you try to find like actual drawing classes and stuff, I mean, it's expensive. They can charge like $30 a month or $100 a month, $300 a month. It can be pretty expensive. So for me on Patreon, it's pretty cheap, and it's a way for me to try to make a living while still doing this YouTube thing. Because here's the thing about YouTube that I'll share with you guys that I haven't really shared, is that I've compared my views from 2 years ago, 2015, from January to April, compared to this year from January to April. I have doubled my views. Now that's great. You know what stayed the same? The YouTube income. That's the screwed up part. I've doubled my views and my income. So my views have gone like this, like up, 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 up over the last year, 2 years. My income has gone like this. So on YouTube, I make anywhere, the average range that I make on YouTube per month, $300 to $400. Now that can sound like a lot to everybody, and yeah, it does help. It definitely helps. I usually save the money, or it goes toward materials or a new camera, new lenses, stuff for this channel. I reinvest it into this channel. That's what I do. But, you know, it could pay for my groceries every month. That's about it. So yeah, that's the problem with YouTube. I get so many more views all the time, and the money is just still like this. So it's kind of messed up. Anyway, I'll end that rant there because you guys don't care. Also, what do you know about the Blick H-frame easels? I think H-frame easels. I have one right here. I got mine from Michael's. I got it on sale. I think it was like $80 because I had a coupon for like 40% off or something, or 50% off, something like that. So I got it for like $90 or something, cheap. It's a great painting easel, really great. Probably the best easel I've ever owned. I just want to let you know I've watched you for a couple of years, and thank you for all the time and talent you have shared with us. Thank you, Laura. I definitely appreciate your comments so much. Thank you. Yeah, it's depressing to think about. LOL, my bad, bro. No worries. Yeah, I definitely want this to be my profession. I mean, I'm working toward it every day. I have a job that I do, that I go to. I'm a graphic designer for a healthcare company, and I do that every day. Today I was lucky that I didn't have to go in. So there are days like that because it's a very small company. But it is, it's a burden, man. I'm trying to just live, try to make this a profession, and it's tough. It's really tough. It's a really tough industry to get into. And, to sell paintings online and stuff and do it like that, you have to be really creative, and you have to be a really good salesman, and that's something that I'm not good at, is selling. I'm good at creating art and like teaching it and all this stuff, but kind of selling myself, or like selling my art and doing all that, talking with people one-on-one and talking with people that are interested in buying my work and stuff, that's where I'm just not good at. I'm just not good at that. It's just something I haven't learned. Thank you for getting me started on acrylics. Guess I'll have to move west like you did to start on oils. LOL. Hugs from Ontario, Canada. Oh, move out west. No, I mean, acrylics are fine. I mean, honestly, acrylics are great. I mean, they dry very quickly, and you're able to just add layers and layers. And I can see the appeal to that, and I can see why people will want to use those, and why I loved using them for years. They're great to work with. But for me, oils just kind of brought my work to the next level because I'm able to mix all my colors beforehand. With acrylics, you can't do that. It'll just dry right there on the palette. Mixing up a big pool of color, it'll just dry. But with oils, I can mix up some color, go take a jog, or eat dinner, go out to dinner, come back, paint's still just perfectly wet, and that really helped me kind of get my colors exactly where I want them to be, and then start the painting. Throw all the colors on, boom, adjust things to where they need to be, and keep on painting. Last question, bro. Any advice on getting out of an art block? Seems like I only paint now when some shit's going on in my life. Seems like I only paint now when stuff is going on in my life. Getting out of an art block. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just have to roll with it, you know? Sometimes you just have to take a break. Um, and just do other things, go outside and find a different hobby, do something else for a little while. Like a year ago, I got into chess. I got into playing chess, and I got really absorbed into that. And it kind of helped me see life differently and just see painting differently and stuff. It was really bizarre. But sometimes you do have to take a break, and an art block doesn't have to be a bad thing. But to get out of it, try doing something that you've never done. If you're used to doing painting all the time, try drawing, try doing pastels, try colored pencils, try something new and just do something new and fresh. Or try doing a subject that you've never done. If you always do landscapes, try doing a portrait. It just gives you a whole new outlook on color and how to draw and paint and how you approach your work. I will have to try oils then. Thank you. Take care. Yeah, I mean you can. Um, I think oils are great. Oils are very simple. Most people like complicate it. I have a video coming out on that. I just filmed it today actually. How to begin oil painting, because I've never really talked about the basics of it. And so many people get caught up in like, which mediums do I use? How do I layer? What's this fat over lean? What is all this stuff? Forget all that. Just use the paint straight out of the tube. Use the paint straight out of the tube. Find a paint that is the consistency that you like. For me, it's Gamblin. I like Gamblin's paints. And use it straight out of the tube. There's no reason to like use all these different mediums, thin it down. It's not a big deal. I got a good gesture turned portrait and my daily drawing done. Thank you. Hey, anytime, man, anytime. That's cool. I hope it turned out well, and sorry for moving around so much. Anyway, if anybody has any last minute questions, I know there's 28 people watching, it says, so you 28 folk, if you have some questions, it's time to answer them now because I'm about to end this. I gotta feed my kitty cat. I don't know where she went. Oh, over there. I gotta feed my cat, and I'm probably gonna eat half of a vegan cookie. It's gonna be really good. It's kind of my vice, vegan, healthy junk food. But I ate pretty healthy all day. So, is there a living artist you would want to be mentored by? Ooh. Or that I would want to be like my mentor? A living artist. Oh, man. I'm trying to think of all the living artists I know. Richard Schmidt is a great artist, but living artist. Someone I think that I would get along with pretty well because we kind of have very similar, the way we just talk about art and like very passionate about it, about painting and stuff. I think me and Jeff Watts would get along pretty well. It'd be cool to meet him one day. But he's a really good painter too. I really enjoy his work. Jeremy Mann, he's another great artist that's kind of this, he's a cool dude, I think. Um, yeah, I would love to like paint with him and take some classes under Jeremy Mann. Um, that's probably about it. I'm trying to think. Hope that answered your question. Yeah, I mean, Richard Schmid, he's a great artist, but I don't know that I don't know if I would want him to be my mentor, so to speak. Um, but yeah, like Jeff Watts or Jeremy Mann. Um, because both of those guys, like the way they paint, they're kind of just like, do what works, use all the tools you can. Um, they kind of don't lock you into a style as much. I've heard about Jeff Watts that they kind of lock you into his style of stuff, but I've seen some of his DVDs and stuff, and he kind of just, do what works. Use a little bit of this medium here, try it out. If you don't like it, don't use a medium. That's kind of how I am. I'm like, do what works for you. Experiment. I can't tell you how you should paint, but I can tell you what works for me, and you can try that. And here's some other things you can try. You can try this Neo McGill. You can try the Galkid. You can try all these Liquin. Try all these different mediums and just see what works. I know for me, I'm not interested in that stuff. The only medium that I really enjoy, that I use very, very, very rarely, and when I do use it, it's mostly because I'm plein air painting and I just need the paint to be thinned down because I'm just throwing it on there. I use Neo McGill by Gamblin. That's one of my favorites. Hey, thanks for the free YouTube lessons. Yeah, no problem. Enjoy them. Matt Smith, Clyde Aspivig come to my mind. Yeah, Clyde, that's a good one. I haven't heard of Matt Smith. I'm not familiar, unfortunately. I'll have to look him up. Um, Someone very similar to Clyde that comes to my mind is Scott Christensen. He's a great artist as well. I've seen a lot of his DVDs though. I have all of them, so I feel like I've kind of already been mentored by him. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah. Do you recommend underpainting rather than just going for the finished color right away? Do you recommend underpainting rather than just going for the finished color right away? Um, there's no right or wrong about it. The way I do it, I usually do a sketch and like thin down with like burnt umber or transparent red oxide or a transparent red earth, just like this brown earthy color. I'll thin it down and I'll do a sketch and maybe I'll shade in some of the darker, the really dark values, the shadows. Um, but these days, I'm not really doing underpaintings as much. I don't really need. I feel like, excuse me, I feel like I just go straight into the color. I just start going to the shadows, work out of the shadows into the lights. Boom, that's all you need to do. And I most of the time I tone my canvases like, with the wash of transparent red earth. What do you like about Neo McGill? Does it feel plasticky or sticky on you? I heard it can be sticky and drag a bit. Is this true? Not in my experience, no, not at all. It's very smooth. It's very smooth. I've never, ever had the problem of it being sticky or having this drag. I've read that online too, and no, it's the total opposite. It's very smooth. Um, it's not liquidy, it's more of a gel, but when it goes on, it's just so smooth. I love it. I really love it when I do use it from time to time. But you only want to use a little bit into your paint mixture. It's like 1/10 of the paint that you're using, so you have to be really careful not to overdo it. But yeah, it doesn't feel plasticky or any of that. No, 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 no. I feel like if it feels like that to you, you might have gotten like a bad batch or something. Do you think books can help with your art as far as techniques and knowledge? Absolutely. books are a huge help. Absolutely. I've read almost everything I can on painting, over the years. So definitely, books are. They just give you. To me, they give me a quantum leap. You know, I moved from being here to way up here just from reading one book. All right, guys, I'm pretty much out of breath. All this talking. So, if you guys have any last questions, any last words? Anyone? 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 Everybody still with me? Is my stream stuck or what? Well, one person is with me. Later. All right. I guess nobody has any more questions. So this was a good hourly live stream, catching up with everybody. Thank you for watching. And thanks for all the people that commented. And is to check out my Patreon, guys. Check out my Patreon. Support me over there if you can. Even if it's $1, even if it's just $1 a month, I don't care. Even if you just want to do it for 1 month, give me $1. That will support me. If I had 1% of all my subscribers, 1,500 people, give me $1 every month, boom, we would be in business, It's really gonna allow me to do a lot more things. So anyway, just a little promotion there for my Patreon. No pressure, but just want to let people know that it's there. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for commenting. Enjoy your evening. Peace. Sure, now that I'm ending the stream, the health of the stream is like perfect. Unbelievable. I'll stop it anyway.